Hello, and welcome to my 22-week pregnancy update as I burp. Excuse me. This is actually my 28th week of pregnancy. I am recording this because I'm catching up, of course, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I remember from week 22. And also, I'm going to show you a belly shot that is actually my 28-week pregnancy belly shot because I forgot to do it in my 28-week update video. So 22 weeks pregnant, I had another hypnosis session this week, and part of that was releasing some fear and anxiety that I was experiencing around infant and pregnancy loss. This was something that was kind of harbored from my experience last year with the loss of two pregnancies. They were very early losses. The first one was a chemical pregnancy, and then the second one was near the end of the first trimester, so still very early. And part of what was going on for me in this pregnancy, because of that experience, was a resistance in bonding with the baby. I was having a really hard time wanting to connect because I was like, what if this baby doesn't come to term? And so it was really beneficial for me to meet with my hypnobirthing coach virtually over a video call and have a release session to just release those experiences and embrace the beauty of what was happening in this pregnancy, and also allowing myself to grieve, which I'm not very good at, and also giving myself the permission to bond with this baby regardless of what the outcome is. So 22 weeks is before you can have a viable pregnancy, or a viable birth, I think is what it, anyway, it doesn't matter. At 22 weeks, if you gave birth, your baby would likely not survive. So that was the other thing too, is I was having that anxiety where in the first trimester, once you hit that, 13, 14 weeks, you're like, okay, good, my risk of, miscarriage is down significantly, but then there's still the risk of infant loss not infant loss, fetal death. And of course, like your whole life, there's risks associated with being a parent and losing your children. So, it was a really powerful session for me, especially because I feel so connected to my hypnobirthing coach. I've been working with her for quite some time now, and she's a woman who has experienced a lot of loss in her own life. So just how she's dealt with that and how strong of a woman she is always just really encouraging to me. Plus she's pregnant as well. So it's always nice to have a buddy who's pregnant and kind of in a similar situation to you, if not the same, because every pregnancy is different. So that happened at 22 weeks. The other thing that was going on for me at 22 weeks is I was in an immense amount of pain. I'm not sure if it was something was not aligned in my spine, if I was having some muscle sensations that were grossing me out or what. If it was the way the baby was positioned, if it was the way I was sleeping, it does not matter. I was in such excruciating pain. The one day I was in the shower just bawling and thinking to myself that I could not survive. And I was thinking that, when my husband gets back from wherever he was, he has to take me to the hospital because I cannot survive how bad this back pain is. I got some ice packs, so I was sleeping with an ice pack on my back and an ice pack just under my belly there on my hip, because it felt like a knife was going through my body. I was loading up on the acetaminophen. It was nasty. It was a very, very difficult week for me. I had trouble working. I had trouble sleeping. It was terrible. So I'm really glad that I had the positive experience of my hypnobirthing session. And then I also got some relief when I went to the chiro. So that was my week 22. And I am so glad that that week is over because it was really brutal. And the other thing that was going on was that I was in so much pain that my nausea was really triggered and I was having a really hard time having any kind of appetite. And then when I would eat something, I would just end up throwing it up. So, which is an unusual symptom to have at that stage of pregnancy. I tend to always kind of be nauseous throughout my whole pregnancy, but it was extremely intense at 22 weeks. So my next video obviously will be week 29, but afterwards I will also record a backup video of week 23. If I can remember anything that happened at week 23, who knows? I just specifically remember what happened at week 22 because I was in so much pain. Or my dress is all weird. Okay, so I am going to show you my belly, which is actually a 28-week pregnancy belly, not a 22-week. So if you're like, wow, she's huge, that's because now I'm in my 3rd trimester. So this is what we're working with. And I have this really old school fan behind me because it is so hot and I really need to turn it on again now because I am boiling. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe here on YouTube. Check out my Instagram page and my blog. Thanks so much. And I look forward to seeing you again next week.